Many within the Fayette County delegation stood behind their fellow lawmaker on this measure after Fayette County Public Schools tried to raise the occupational license tax last summer. The Attorney General later ruled that vote unconstitutional, saying it lacked the proper public notice. The occupational license tax is a fee imposed on businesses and employees who live and work within the county. With Senate Bill 76, only counties with more than 500,000 residents would have the ability to raise the OLT. Fayette County has just over 300,000 population, while Jefferson County has more than 600,000. Bill sponsor Senator Amanda Mays Bledsoe says this bill would increase transparency and accountability. This has caught the attention of so many from all over.
Well, it has been probably the #1 topic in Fayette County from April until now. So if you're not in the Lexington market or in the regional market, I can understand you not seeing some of those things. And I think the buy-in is really important. You know, Lexington has raised taxes on itself. We've done that with the park tax, with other issues, and has done so when there's been support. This is not one of those times. Again, there's a regional implication. 100,000 voters, constituents from outside Fayette County were going to be taxed. That has regional implications, and every one of us in the Senate outside Senator Thomas represent counties that were affected by this. So there did need to be some more regional conversation that the Fayette County Board just did not take into consideration the business community at all.
That bill did pass committee with Senator Cassie Armstrong of Louisville voting no, saying she prefers to keep the control at the local government level. In Frankfort, Kelsey Soto, WKYT.